welcome and good morning, everyone. This is Rob. Welcome to Market Mornings. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Do me a favor, if you would, please, and type in the number 1 to let me know, yes, you can hear me, or yes, Rob, I can hear you, or no, I can, or whatever it is. Just help me out so I know that I'm not talking to myself over the next little bit as we go here today. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in, keeping in mind that everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations, right? So with that, it's time we jump in. So I want to look at the futures first. All right. I appreciate all of the feedback there. Let's go look at what's going on with the futures. And okay, it's rocking time, baby. So ES, right? Remember, if you've been with me before, you'll remember. If not, this will be the first time you're seeing it, from me anyway. This is our closing price on the ES, which is the S&P 500 on Friday at 5 p.m. This is the opening price of the S&P 500 at 6 p.m. on Sunday. So we gave some back on Sunday right down until about 4 a.m., 4 a.m., which is European time. And we've had a nice climb, sideways move, a good strong catalyst before this little bit of pullback that took place right around 8:30 or so. There's talk of what happens with the Fed chair right now. Is Powell going to be approved? There are, one group of politicians saying he's Republican, so absolutely not. Whatever it is, the person they're looking to put in there, I don't necessarily think she's the right person, but it is what it is. It's who they're looking to approve right now. So that's where it is. President apparently spoke to both. So we'll see how that plays out. I just don't know if she's the right person for the economy or not. I think she's a little more of a puppet personally, but we'll see. All right, so there's the ES. Let's go look at YM. So YM, very similar pattern, good strong thrust to the upside around 3 a.m. And we've had that stair-step pattern until this little pullback that took place there. We look at NQ. NQ, very similar, right? This morning, recently, but our move up, we went sideways on NASDAQ, took a little bit of a pop. We're up about 64 points right now on NQ. By the way, 135 on the Dow and almost 16 on the ES. On the RUT, we're up about 13 points right now, similar to the YM and the ES pattern. All right, Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin's recovered a little bit, which means my video is going to have recovered a little bit. We're sitting at about 65.5, we'll call it. It's such a big dollar amount, right? We don't need to worry about 570, 65,500. Here we've got gold and then their hills, right? We just keep bumping our head on ugly right up in here. We just keep running into it, and we're having a problem breaking out. We get to hear kitties, the quick break and fail, but we don't really seem to be able to sustain right now on gold. We're only down about 2.5 points on gold right now. We look at the crude. Come on, baby. I'm getting ready to negotiate. 2 more weeks until my final negotiation. So let's bring it back down. We're at 79.5 right now on crude. So overall, from the 85 we had been at, better numbers. Economy slowing down or talk of economy slowing down is not helping, right? People are waking up this morning, even on CNBC. They're talking about, wait a second. Someone came out and said, they were talking about it on CNBC. They didn't say it on there. That, well, people shouldn't be complaining about higher prices. Everybody has more money now. And the commentator turned around that was talking to Kernan and said, yeah, but, all of these people have more money now, but who's going to get hit the worst? The people with less money. Those that are in that, poorer category, we have that raised price, astronomically raised price for some, and they're going to get hurt. So all that to say, if there's less production because of less spending, there's going to be less need for crude, right? So we see crude down a little bit, and then nat gas, slight push to the upside today, but really not a whole lot. All right, with that, let's go take a look at the markets and see what we're looking at here. So if there are candidates that you want me to take a look at, start dropping them in now, and I'll weave them in as best I can when I can. All right. So first one is that we're going to look at today, movers and shakers, is Oatly. They came out with earnings. All right. So let's see. They closed up about 11 3/4 or so on Friday, pushed up a little bit, And then after their earnings announcement, they're down to about $10 right now. So, wow. All right. Uga Lee. Bear call spread is my only choice on this one right now. I really wouldn't be buying directional on it. There's not a whole lot to go down anymore. Right. So bear call spread is what we'd be looking at. Tesla. They're in the news every day now because of the selling of the shares. Right. Tesla closed up on Friday about 10:30 or so ish, and 10:35 rather. And right now they're sitting at 10:15, so about 20 points to the downside. They're relating it back to the more of the stock sale from Elon Musk. So we'll see what happens. I would be looking potentially at a gap fill. If I can get the gap fill and it then does fail, I'll be looking at a bear call spread. But my gap fill is the first thing I'm looking at on Tesla. Right, DLTR. Guys, make sure if you've got the gap statistics that we offer, make sure you check those gap stats out and see how they do on the gap, wherever the gap is on the open in about a half an hour from now. So right now on Dollar Tree, they closed up on Friday about 113. They're sitting at 121. Mantle Ridge put out bought a huge amount of shares of Dollar Tree. And then they also received an upgrade. So those two things combined together are what's driving this up. Without a doubt, bull put spread on Dollar Tree for today. Deere, DE. So Deere came out, let's see. Well, they closed up actually about 359. They're sitting at 362. This is, I believe it was their third labor agreement that they've come to terms with. Again, it's waiting for approval. But the market's liking it. It's good. They're moving forward. Life is smiles and giggles, right? So potential bull put spread. This is not the news that tends to last long. So be careful. Make sure you confer with what you're looking at on a day chart, a daily chart as well. EVGO, which is Avago. EVGO. Let me bring up my option chain here. Actually, let me do this. So EVGO has only monthly options on it. So a little more caution. We've got 4 days, this week left. So I'm okay there, but I'll be looking at a bear call spread. They closed up about $19. They're at 17.25 right now. They got a downgrade from Credit Suisse, which is a big firm. I like them. So their announcements as far as coverage, upgrade, downgrade are usually pretty good, right? Big airplane, Boeing. Right, they're getting closer to getting back on delivery with one of their major planes that they're working on. So we closed up about 220.5. It's at 227.5 right now. We're looking at a bull put spread on Boeing. So if we go and take a look, let's do this. Let's bring that in play. Let's bring big airplane in. All right, so we'll pull this out a little. Perfect. So right now on Boeing, we're sitting at 228. Right, here's 223. So we broke above this recent resistance level in there. So we're at 228 right now, okay? So what am I looking for? I'm looking for something down below that 223 for sure that I want to find as a credit spread. So if we convert this over to vertical, I don't need to change anything else on here. And we're looking down below that 223 level, right? 223.02. So we're looking at 222.5 probably, and then 220, right? So 222.5, 220 on Friday before the move. This was $1.23 was the mid price, right? So it's splitting the bid and ask, which is what we go off of, right? Are we going to get all of that? Can't say, right? We've made a bit of a move. We might only get about half of it, which is 63 cents, right? In there, very possible. But if I can get anything above 50 cents on this trade, I like it, right? As long as you can stay below that 223 level, I'm okay with it, right? We don't care about open interest. We don't care about volume. None of that matters since we are sellers here, not buyers of credit spreads, right? So Boeing, I like that one. Woof. Woof, which is Petco, right? So they closed up on Friday roughly 24.75. They're trading at 24 right now. They got a downgrade. How bad is the downgrade? Well, I mean, when you look at the first candle of the day, it's a big candle, but I don't know. I'll watch it intraday. So on the open, how is it performing? If we can get a continuation push down, I'll look for a bear call spread, but certainly not one of my most exciting ones that I want to look at. And then CRWD, Morgan started coverage. It's called initiating coverage. Morgan Stanley, initiating coverage. Usually when you hear that, it's, they're initiating a buy. No, they initiated as an underweight. So they came out and said, we've not followed you before. We're going to follow you now. And we think and underweight means that a person should underweight their portfolio in that stock. So equal weight would be, we put $5,000 in a company, right? Underweight says you can get some, but if you're going to, take less. It's kind of a Dick Tracy secret decoder ring way of saying, shh, I wouldn't buy it. Why not just come out and say nothing instead of, underweight? But we'll be looking at bear call spread potentially on it, looking for the push to the downside, right? All right, let me move some things around here. Let's see. Frankie's asking if we can look at Micron, MU. Actually, so just FYI, here are my Pop 5K for today. These 5 stocks are the ones that I will be focused very heavily on throughout the course of the day, right? Notice they're all lower price stocks. When I say lower, I know some of you might trade lower than this, but I don't trade the $10 and $20 stocks, but $100+ yes, I'm good there. We get up to 500, 469 with SPY, but it's SPY. Their options are very low price in comparison, right? The highest thing here is American Express at 182, which is still a low vol stock. So let's go look at Micron. All right, so we got above that 76.41. All I want to see today, Frankie, on Micron is a pullback to the 76.41. And I don't have to come all the way back, but give me a stretch back down to let me know that this is not, I'm just afraid of the gap and go, that it becomes an overstretched position that we're not really giving it a chance to rest. Give me a little bit of a pullback and a bounce. And it's a B trade to me. I don't have a confluence with a moving average, but I do have a major fib line. So, and we're not true bull, which means all the moving averages are in the right order. We are right now 8.55.21. We need to be 8.21.55. So we're bullish. The 8's on top, but the 21 and the 55 still need to flip. So with that, I would maybe do less contracts if you are concerned with that. If not, do your full lot. That's okay. But the bounce off the 76.41 and 78.82 is our first resistance level. And then 81.23 is the next resistance from there. So I hope that one helps. Drop in your candidates, folks. SPY. So I am a tremendous fan. We took a trade on Friday on SPY. I'm a tremendous fan of where we're setting up right now. Right? We've got a fib line, that black line, the 118, which is sitting at 465.66, right? If I can get a pullback anywhere near that level and a bounce, it gives me a fib line and a confluence of the moving average, that pink line, the 8 moving average, which gives me added strength. If this side of the room is a moving average trader, they're looking at that 8 moving average. If this side of the room are fib traders, they're looking at that fib line that's in there, the 465.66. Well, I trade utilizing both of those. And when I can get the stars to align, when the planets move, right, and align themselves, which is what's happened here, it gives me added strength. The bonus, the kicker to this, if I can get the pullback near the 465.66 level and the bounce, it gives me not only a confluence, but it gives me an area to enter the trade with the smallest amount of risk possible on this trade, which takes me just down below that 465.66 level. All right. So home run if we're able to get it pull back to that point. If not, look for things like pivot points intraday and see if you can get a bounce off of a pivot that will give you a continuation move. But we're looking at a move up to 470.23 is our resistance level right now, right, on SPY. So, Paula, a long, drawn-out explanation, but hopefully that that helps for you. All right, Financial Prep's asking for Qs. Go figure. What I need to see is, do we need a pivot in here? So we've got 89 to 401, which gives me 12 points. I need a pivot in here. So let's go in. A pivot is a way we split a level in half. And let's see, where are we time-wise? All right, so let me go through and explain why. So we need a 136. We should also just put in a 118. Oh, we need the 118. So when I look over here, it says RR pivot. That number is nothing more than a calculation of taking Wilder's average true range and doubling it. So Wilder's average true range is $4.71, right? Wow. 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm doing that kind of math on a Monday. Go figure. So double it, right? If the distance between the two fib lines, meaning if the distance between here and here is greater than that number there, we need to put a line in and split that level in half. And the reason behind that is my trades, the way my system works, everything that I do, the way my system works is I am looking to take my first exit within the first 2 to 3 days. Well, if I can move 2 times Wilder's average true range as a max, that means 2-day movement. If I can get a directional move and I get it with a clear and concise entry, meaning I've got the right path, the right place to enter into the trade, there's a great opportunity for me. The difference here on the Qs and the SPY is the moving average is up a little bit higher than I'd like it to be. We don't have confluence. So at this point, what I'd like to see happen, and I'm guessing we're up on the Q since we're up on the NASDAQ, I'd like to see us pull back. Actually, let's go to QQQ. So we're sitting at 394 3/4 on the Qs. So actually, they're just not recording it. It's got to be up. It's just not, they're not recording it. So we're up above that 395 level. Give me the retest of the 395 and the bounce. And there's our potential entry into the trade. Oh, that's why I'm looking at the wrong tab. I'm looking here at 395. I'm like, nope, it's just not recording it. It's over here at 396.32 is the current price. So we're above. Give me the retest and the bounce, and 401 is our resistance on Qs. Financial Prep. Hope that helps. Alex is asking for ZM. Let's go look at a bigger picture. I need to see what's going on with Zoom. All right, so my fib has worn out its welcome. I haven't traded Zoom in a while. It's time to redraw fibs. Let's see what we've got here. Where are we at? We're getting close to the market. All right, so let me grab a pen, drawing tool. Got a V top over here, that little V bottom in there, and then that huge gap down. That's kind of just a sideways move, slight move up, but because of that gap, it's sideways. We've got this move down, and there's our V bottom. So that's what we're going to draw our new fib off of, is right there, right? So let's do that. Let's insert a fib here to here. $50 to 86 is 36 points. We've got 19. I need to insert fibbits inside of here. So we need to add a negative 136 and a 118. Okay. So let's go back to template number 2 that has moving averages. And Alex had said, all right. So right now we're getting this push up. It's overall in a bearish bias. Earnings coming up in a couple of days. If you're looking to day trade it, that 260 is my resistance, which is our 8, or get me down below the 250 level for the bearish entry. Just keeping in mind that earnings are coming up shortly on Zoom. Oh, Q. All right, let's see. Is it just Q? When you wrote Q with a small s, got it. When you wrote Q with a small s, financial prep, I took it as Q's, not instead of QS. If it was capital, I would have got it. Okay, got it. So let's see. Bigger picture, bigger picture. Well, hopefully that the Q's help somebody. All right, we've got a fib all the way back here. Nope, it's been violated, so that doesn't help me any. So actually, we're going to just delete that fib because this one really takes over. So, I mean, what I'm seeing is not very exciting to me. Let's see, 24 and a half, 46. Yeah, we need a fibit in there for sure. Probably multiple fibits inside of there. The only thing I'd be looking at here is a pullback to the 8 and a bounce and that 47.5 as our next target. I'm not excited about the candidate. Moving averages are in the right order, which is good, but I would like to see some kind of stretch intraday down to that 35, 34. Close. When I say pull back to the 8, I don't mean it has to touch it, but towards the 8 moving average. Was there anybody else on there? I think we're good. All right, everyone. There you have it. Listen, guys, we are crushing it week in and week out on our Trade with Rob. Right, the videos all populate here on YouTube. You'll get notification of them, so you can go check that thing out. Make sure you know when it's coming out. I don't put them out on the same days. It's really based on what I see. So instead of you just missing it, go over to tradinglikeaboss.com. We'll put a link in the description down below. And actually, all the trainings here are free. If you're watching me draw fibs, go, wow, that's awesome. How do I do that? Go take the free fib training that's out there. Right? If you want more of what we do here, more candidates, more analysis, check out what we do on Power Hour each and every Monday. Right? Each and every Friday, we do a Trading Coaches Playbook, which is other coaches here at Wealth Builders going through their setups of what they look at day in and day out. So don't miss out on any of those. All right? So with that, ladies and gentlemen, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, and I'll see you all at our next update. Bye for now.